Are you struggling to connect with your teenager? Feeling like every conversation turns into a battle, and the more you try, the more they pull away. You're not alone, and it doesn't have to be this way. In today's fast-paced world, communication with our teenagers can feel like solving a complex puzzle. The disconnect, the misunderstandings, the frustrations. Many parents face these challenges, but what if I told you there's a way to turn it all around? Imagine having effortless conversations, understanding what's really going on in your teen's life, and feeling a deep emotional connection. Imagine the peace and the harmony that comes with being on the same page. This isn't just a dream, it's achievable, and I'm here to show you how. But who am I? My name is Sulman Aziz Mirza. I am a triple board certified doctor in adult psychiatry, child and adolescent psychiatry, and addiction medicine, and it's literally my job to have teens talk to me more than their parents. Have you ever wondered why your once chatty child suddenly seems like a stranger, wrapped in a whirlwind of emotions and rebellion? What happened to that happy, talkative kid who shared everything with you? If you find yourself nodding, don't worry, you're not alone. The mystery isn't as complicated as it may seem. The teenage years are marked by profound changes, both biologically and psychologically. Let's start by unlocking the mystery of the brain itself. You see, during adolescence, the brain goes through a remodeling phase. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for judgment and decision-making, is still developing, and the emotional centers are highly active. What does this mean for you as a parent? Well, that illogical behavior or mood swing isn't so illogical after all. Remember the times when a minor issue seemed to spark an unexpected reaction from your teen? That's the emotional brain taking the lead. Now, this isn't an excuse for poor behavior, but understanding this can be a pathway to empathy and patience. Speaking of empathy, let's explore a little more. Empathy isn't just about understanding your teen's feeling, it's about putting yourself in their shoes, experiencing what they're experiencing. This newfound empathy can become a bridge, a connection that's more than just words. But patience is equally vital. We often expect teens to act like adults, but the truth is they're not there yet. Their brains are still evolving, and this journey can be a turbulent ride. So when they act out, remember, it's just a phase, not a permanent flaw. I've lost count of the number of times I've told parents they're just 13 years old. Remember that. Imagine coming home after a long day and all you want to do is connect with your teen, only to be met with closed doors and one-word answers. Frustrating, isn't it? You're not the only one who's feeling like this. The struggle to connect with the teen's emotions is something that almost every parent has faced. What if I told you that there's a way to break through those barriers? The key to fostering deep emotional connections lies in trust and honesty. It's not just about asking how their day was, but about really being there, listening, and showing genuine interest. Sounds too simple? Well, it's often the simple things that make the most significant difference. Let's talk about strategies to foster this connection. First and foremost, make time for regular, non-judgmental conversations. It's not just about the big talks, but about the everyday connections, the small comments and gestures that show you care. Here's something you might find helpful. Instead of asking, "How was your day?" try something more specific, like, "What was the best part of your day?" This opens up more room for meaningful conversation and shows your genuine interest. Now I know what you're thinking. What if they don't want to talk? And that's where patience comes in. Sometimes it's just being there, creating a space where they feel comfortable to open up when they're ready. And what about those intense emotions? Remember, teens are navigating a complex world of feelings. Acknowledge those emotions without judgment, and you'll find a pathway to trust. This trust doesn't just build a connection, it builds a lifelong relationship, which is the ultimate goal. These techniques are not just about connecting for today, but for creating an everlasting bond. Imagine a relationship where your teen doesn't just want to talk to you because they have to, but because they want to. It's possible, and it starts with understanding, trust, and open-hearted conversations. Have you ever found yourself in the middle of a conversation with your teen only to realize that you're not truly hearing them? Active listening isn't just about hearing the words, it's about understanding what's behind those words. And trust me, this is an art that can turn the everyday conversations into meaningful connections. Now, think about a time when someone truly listened to you. How did it feel? It felt good, right? That's what your teen wants to feel. Heard, understood, and valued. Here's a scenario that might sound familiar. Your teen starts talking about something and you have advice or a solution. Hold up. Before jumping in, take a moment to listen. Truly listen. It's not about fixing the problem. It's about being there, demonstrating genuine interest. So what does this look like in practice? It's nodding your head, making eye contact, and reflecting back what you heard. Simple phrases like, I hear you, or that sounds tough, tell me more about it, can make all the difference. When I work with medical students or residents, one of the biggest pieces of advice I give to them is to talk less, listen more. And guess what? It works with parenting as well. And here's a little secret. Active listening not only builds a deeper connection, but also gives you insights into your teen's world. You'll discover what they love, what worries them, and what makes them tick. Imagine your teen comes to you about a question about something that makes your heart skip a beat. It's a sensitive topic, something personal, maybe about relationships, sexuality, or even mental health. What do? How do you respond? It's totally natural to feel uncertain or uncomfortable when talking about sensitive subjects. Finding the right words can be like walking a tightrope. But here's the thing, these conversations are essential. Your teen is looking to you for guidance, and that's an opportunity to strengthen your relationship. So how do you approach these delicate subjects? First, remember that it's not a one-time talk. It's an ongoing conversation. Your teen's questions and concerns will evolve, and that's okay. Begin by creating a safe space. Let them know that their thoughts and feelings are valid and that you're there to listen to them without judgment. A simple phrase like, I'm here for you, no matter what you want to talk about, can be a powerful starting point. Now here's a strategy that might surprise you. You don't have to have all the answers. It's okay to say, I'm not sure, but let's find out together. Your willingness to learn with them builds trust. And what about those really tough topics? The ones that just make you squirm just thinking about them? It's essential to acknowledge the awkwardness. You can even say things like, I know this is a bit awkward for both of us, but it's important, so let's talk about it. The goal here is not to pry, but to offer guidance, to be a sounding board for their thoughts and a source of reliable information. Encourage them to think critically and make wise decisions, but do so with empathy and compassion. And here's the takeaway. These sensitive topics might be uncomfortable, but they're a crucial part of growing up. By recognizing the difficulty and offering techniques for effortless communication, you're encouraging your teen to confide in you, to see you as a guide through life's challenges. Have you ever found yourself in a seemingly never-ending argument with your teen, feeling both frustrated and overwhelmed? Or maybe you've set rules only to find them broken time and time again, leading to a constant struggle to enforce boundaries. How do we get around this? First, let's tackle conflicts. Disagreements are natural, especially during the teen years, when independence is growing and opinions are forming. But how we handle these disagreements makes all the difference. One of the essential techniques for resolving conflicts smoothly is to keep your emotions in check. Easier said than done, right? But it starts with understanding that your teen's outbursts aren't necessarily about you. They're often about their struggles, fears, and frustrations. Stay calm, be patient, and listen to what's really being said. Now let's talk about setting boundaries. This doesn't mean imposing strict rules without explanation. It's about creating clear, respected guidelines that allow your teen to explore their independence while understanding the limits. Here's a tip that might change the game for you. Involve your teen in the boundary setting process. Ask for their input, discuss why certain rules exist, and even negotiate when appropriate. This collaboration fosters a sense of respect and understanding. But what happens when those boundaries are pushed or broken? It's crucial to have consistent consequences and to follow through. Yet it's just as vital to acknowledge their independence and to make room for growth. Balance is key here. Remember, conflict resolution and boundary setting are not about winning battles, but building bridges. It's about recognizing the challenges, navigating them together, inspiring a peaceful home where everyone feels respected. As we wrap up our journey through the complex landscape of parent-teen communication, I want to leave you with a message of hope and encouragement, because amidst the struggles and the challenges, there are also moments of triumph and joy, and it's essential that we celebrate those. Your teen's journey to adulthood is filled with milestones, both big and small. Acknowledging achievements and efforts isn't just about praising the end results, it's about recognizing the hard work, the perseverance, and the growth along the way. When your teen knows you see and value their individuality, it builds confidence and encourages further growth. So celebrate those successes. I tell parents all the time, catch your kids doing good too. To all the parents out there, your efforts, your patience, your love, they all matter. Keep building those emotional connections, practicing active listening, approaching sensitive topics with care, resolving conflicts with respect, and setting boundaries that acknowledge independence. Wrapping up, if you have your own strategies or stories to share, I invite you to leave a comment below. Let's learn from each other and grow together. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with other parents that might learn a thing or two. So until next time, keep celebrating those successes, keep encouraging growth, and remember, you've got this.